connecting all the communities together like Yahoo's done on connecting to the Facebook community or to YouTube community or others, where we can kind of share that information so your profile can make it a more personalized experience. And that's also coming to the TV, and that's what we're trying to also bring to the TV, is that same sort of personalization where you pick what you want, in essence, and define what you want, and then what comes to you is really what's relevant to you, and it could be any member of the household that customizes that. So that will then allow these different economic models to work depending upon which path you choose as a user. If you're used to doing, you like to do a la carte, where you pick your shows, some old show you haven't seen before, you can buy that on Amazon, or if you decide you want to just use your Blockbuster subscription and get something every week, or whatever it might be, all those models can kind of exist together. I think that's part of where whoever cracks the personalization piece, and that's what we're really focused on at Yahoo, is kind of looking at all the different things you do and only trying to serve things to you that are relevant to you. I think that's the key, and if we can make that merge across the different platforms, whether it's TV or mobile, that in essence is going to draw more users because they're going to be more appealing, that experience is going to be more appealing.
And relatedly, on YouTube, you may have seen increasingly over the past few months more social type features, where now you can see recommendations of people you subscribe to, or you can see the rating videos that your friends have rated. Those appear on your homepage, and those have proven very successful for the user.
We're going to go to questions in just a few minutes. We'll leave about 15 minutes for questions. But what I'd like to do is just go, we can go down the panel and maybe take a crack at this one. I mean, the folks on this panel represent folks who are at the cutting edge of the direction of media, where it's going, and distribution and where it's going. Maybe, as a closing comment in the formal remarks here, maybe each of you could take a look at something that you're using in your life now in terms of media acquisition, display, or platform, some sort of, whether it's an Apple product, a piece of software, a Roku box, and talk about it in terms of what you think it means for the future of the media business, or in whatever angle you'd like to take that, whether it's distribution or content. But please feel free to go beyond your own corporate spheres to things you think really do represent some of the beginning stages, hopefully, of a very long and maybe prolific change for our media and advertising and content and distribution businesses. So, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll start. So, my top-level thought, actually, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm sure everyone in the room has as well. But the space is clearly moving so fast. The next year will probably just put the last few years in the dust in terms of the pace of innovation, the new models that emerge. And the thought that occurs to me is less about devices and technology, but it's about rights. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a full believer, clearly, that as a rights holder, you should be able to maximize your earnings or revenue from the consumption of your content. That said, we all know how challenging it is for media that's been around for a while, how encumbering those rights can be when you're looking at new distribution models or new devices to distribute to. So some of the recent innovations or upcoming launches that we're working on at YouTube, you'll hear about them in the next few weeks and months, but the partners and rights holders who have a lot of flexibility and can move quickly in terms of understanding what they can do and cannot do with their content. The more flexible they are, the higher chance they're going to succeed. So I guess when I think about, to your question, John, about different devices, I think less about devices and more about, as content creators, clear those rights. If you're creating new content, right, make sure those rights are very simple, right? And with you, we'll prove out new models, and then you can begin to, maybe get more specific on different types of rights. But flexibility on the rights is paramount.
Great. Russ?
I think the key thing is, as we've talked about quite a bit, is that the media landscape, the consumption of media is changing dramatically. If you look at kids or people under 25 or so, some of them never have experienced traditional TV or don't do it. That's kind of carrying over to how people are consuming things on the web. They're kind of voting with what they click on. And your ability as a content provider or distributor to allow personalization to sort of be part of your product or your service or your content is going to be key. And that's sort of what we're focused on as a company. I think all our tools, whether it's web, mobile, or TV, are focused on that. So I think it just provides a great opportunity to sort of take advantage of where this is going, and it provides everybody almost an equal opportunity across the board, whether you're a big content provider or small, to have your specific participation in that by taking your unique angle to that.